What's going on? It's BF and Krummer, the legit OG, live from the corner. Today, man, I want to talk about self-loyalty. We talk about self-love a lot and what that means, but I want to talk about being loyal to yourself. One of the things that I've always prided myself in is my level of loyalty. Like, you ain't never got to question me. I ain't never done no slimy stuff, no shiesty stuff. I ain't never did nothing behind nobody back. I ain't never snitched on nobody. I ain't never set nobody up. People that know me, I'm not even gonna say nothing behind somebody's back that I ain't say to their face. You can ask anybody that know me, that's how I am. You ain't never gotta question how I feel about you. If I rock with you, I rock with you. If I don't, you know I don't. That's who I am. That's who I always have been. That's who I was trained and raised to be, loyal. And most of the time, I found myself being loyal to a fault. And I'm intentional about my loyalty to my brothers. I'm intentional about my loyalty to the community. But what I realized is I haven't been intentional about my loyalty to myself. Like, I will make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to have somebody else back, but then really look at it, and I ain't even got my own back. And then my personal life began to suffer because I'm still trying to be loyal to everybody else, but I wasn't loyal to me. So that's what I want to talk about today. We got to make sure we being loyal to ourselves first. Yeah, it's honorable to be loyal to your friends. It's honorable to be loyal to the community. It's honorable to be loyal to anybody. But how you going to be loyal to somebody else before you loyal to yourself? And we be ready to go all out with our loyalty to other people. We will ride or die with our homies. And we ready to give up our last breath for our homies. And I don't know about y'all, but I had some homies who would be in the wrong all the time. And we had to ride anyway. We had to go to war anyway. We had to put our life on the line anyway. Even though they started it, this my homie, it don't matter. This is what the loyalty is. I don't care if you started it. I'm still riding with you. But, and I know it's a lot of other brothers who feel the same way. But are you willing to give every breath you got to yourself? Are you that loyal to yourself that when you look at your life, look at your future, look at your vision, look at your dreams, are you really willing to give every breath you have? This guy's in the ground right now, gave their last breath because of their homie, but they ain't give none of their breaths to themselves. They wasn't willing to give everything that they have for their vision. They wasn't willing to give everything that they have for their dream, but they gave their last breath to somebody else. You got to be loyal to yourself. We got folks who, in that courtroom, know they ain't do the crime, but they gonna stand 10 toes down. They ain't gonna snitch on somebody. They gonna take whatever the consequence is because they loyal to their homies. Now, I ain't about to tell nobody to snitch or nothing like that. I don't condone that in no way. But what I'm saying is, you so loyal that you getting ready to take any consequence that come your way for your homie. You so loyal that you're gonna take any consequence that comes because of your street code. You so loyal that you're gonna take any kind of consequence because you can't break the loyalty that you have, but are you willing to take any risk for yourself? How many risks will you take for yourself on a legit side? You know, we all talking about being legit here. We ain't talking about the street stuff no more. I'm talking about becoming legit, getting out of that and building a life that you can sustain and some stuff that you can pass on to your children. We take so many risks. We always talk about throwing rocks at the penitentiary. We take all them risks for that loyalty to the street code, for that loyalty to our corner, for that loyalty to our gang, for that loyalty to our homies. But how many risks are you willing to take for yourself? For your vision, for your future, for your children? How many risks you willing to take for that? We got folks like, ain't no new friends. I'm only riding with my day ones, and I appreciate that. I got most of my day ones I still rock with, and we came up from yay high. But you don't want to have no new friends in your circle because of that loyalty. But are you willing to create a circle that's going to make your life better? See, sometimes you be so loyal to your day ones, you be so loyal to your immediate circle that you won't even let people in who can change and make your life better. You ain't loyal to yourself. If you're going to stay stuck around some people that got the same mindset they had from the 90s or early 2000s, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, how you so loyal to them that you can't branch out and do something to make your life better, and you gotta quench your greatness. You got to act like you don't have certain visions because, nah, they ain't going to be with that. You can't talk about some of the things that's really in your heart, some of the things that you really want to do, and you can't break your circle. You loyal to the circle, but you ain't loyal to yourself. You got to create a different network. That don't mean you shut your homies out. That don't mean you don't speak to them no more. That don't mean you don't be around them no more. It just means you got to build certain things for your life, and only people outside of your circle can help you. But if you're so loyal to your circle and you're not loyal to yourself, you ain't even loyal to your own future. This is what I'm talking about. Are you willing to do everything that you have to do for yourself? Can you be loyal to yourself to the point where you're going to take whatever risk, where you're going to give your last breath, where you're going to make sure you're getting connected to the right people to make sure your future is better than what your past was? And most of us by now, we got children, and that your children's future, your children's present is better than your past was. How you grew up. What are you loyal to? What are you loyal to? Really ask yourself that question. If you were somebody who, like me, who prides yourself being loyal, ask yourself, in everything that I do, am I being loyal to myself? And if you ain't being loyal to yourself, it's time for you to switch some stuff up. It's BF and Crewman, the legit OG. Let's build.